Late summer in the rainforest is endlessly abundant. We harvest juicy mangoes straight from the trees, but they're so heavy that we have to take the shortcut home, canoeing through the lake. We preserve and cook and work on planting new orchards. On the farm, there are a few orchards of mango trees. I've never counted, but there must be over 50 trees, and so many different varieties. Our parents and grandparents planted these orchards, and not every year is as lucky as this year. Mango flowers bloom in the spring, and every time it rains, they get knocked off the tree. They keep re-blooming all throughout the springtime. But here in the rainforest, the summer storms hit at the end of spring, and wild, unpredictable weather systems come, normally knocking off every single mango. But if the rain holds off, the blossoms turn from flowers to tiny fruit, to abundant fruit filling the orchards. This year, the rain has been so slow. Our wet season has only just arrived, but most days are still sunny and hot. So the trees are so full of fruit, more than they have been for years and years. In my whole life, there's only been 2 seasons as good as this. The summer of 2008 or 2009 when we were kids and there was a drought all over Australia. As a kid, I didn't really care too much about the impacts of the drought, and instead, I just remember buckets of mangoes and lychees. I remember eating almost entirely a diet of mangoes, floating in the water for hours, swimming to the orchard and picking myself a snack. I remember climbing so high in the branches of a mango tree to find the perfect fruit, a round, juicy bowen that melts in your mouth. That's the most beautiful mango that I've ever seen. The next year that the mangoes fruited like this was in 2020, at the end of the biggest drought that this land has ever seen. That year was pretty devastating for the land. There were out-of-control bushfires that almost burned all the way to the farm, and the impacts on the native animals was awful. The mangoes then felt like a gift from the land, a small way of reminding us of the beauty and abundance. The land was dry, all the grass had died, the creeks stopped flowing, and the ancient trees up on the ridges began to die because they had never been so dry. But we ate mangoes, and we remembered that the land was beautiful. The juicy fruit reminded us that the rain would eventually come again, and the landscape would replenish. Banana mango! I'm so excited about this. I've never tasted one before. I don't think this tree has ever grown fruit. This is so exciting. I wonder if it's gonna taste like banana. Or maybe just mango. Maybe it's just long like a banana. Then there's this year. It wasn't too much of a drought, it was just a lower rainfall. So the land is thriving. The mango trees are full of fruit and our stomachs are always full of sweet snacks. It's a mango the size of my face. Almost every day this week I've come to the orchard and filled my basket with fruit, but there's still so many mangoes on the tree. So today Lydia is helping me and we brought lots of baskets. We have so many mangoes, and I don't think you know how heavy these mangoes are. They're the size of my head, so each of them weighs a fair bit. And we've got 3 baskets full and we have to carry them all the way home. But I think we can get the canoes to help us with that. I think that's the solution. Lydia's not sure. As much as I try, I can't explain how much these mangoes weigh. Each Valencia Pride mango weighs about 2 pounds or almost a kilo, and these baskets are full to their brim. There's 2 ways home, a winding track around the lake with many fallen trees to duck under, or straight through it on canoes, with help from Julia, who spends every afternoon floating on the water in the afternoon sun. Julia! Can you come help with mangoes? They're so heavy! She's an angel! I'm gonna go back and get more mangoes. Thank you. I think I better dive in together. Oh, they're so heavy, Julia. So many mangoes!
Thank you.
I think you're gonna weigh down the canoe in a bit.
It's so heavy. If this falls, all our mangoes would be gone. I think that's the first one.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Okay, that's my ride going off without me. Yeah, I think you're gonna fit. It's so slushy.
This is how people did dance before they had ponchos.
Doggy cuddling, doggy. Oh. Yeah, no, you can do a real shallow dive. Well, that's what I tried for the night. No, don't float away.
I'm glad we paddled them over. They look heavy.
They're so heavy. I tried to carry both at once. Not easy. Oh. And now they're close.
Wow, that is such a feeling. I can't believe we just harvested so much fruit off the trees and floated it across the water. It's afternoons like this that make me pinch myself that we get to live this incredible life here. And I don't know, this natural world, it's just amazing. It sustains us in so many ways, just the fruit from the trees, but also just existing in nature, the greenery, the wildlife. It's magical. I feel really grateful.
I just wanted to quickly thank Music Bed for their support in our journey. When we first started making videos, we had no idea that anyone would be interested in our life in the rainforest. We started this as a bit of a farm diary or as a way to find like-minded people online, and we still are just so shocked that so many people have joined in on the journey, and we're always forever grateful for that. I think in making these videos, the hardest part is truly being able to encapsulate the whole rainforest, and I think this is where music comes in. Impactful, beautiful, emotional music makes such the difference.
This channel is really a whole family team. Our mum films, Juliet edits, and I take the drone footage, and then we come together to create these videos. And I guess our main priority in the editing process is to really be able to communicate the multi-sensory experience of this rainforest landscape. It's no easy task to be able to share the sense of the forest. The wind in your hair, the water on your skin, the frogs call in the distance, or the birds in the treetops. But when you put this to music, it makes the whole rainforest sing. It lets us share our true experience.
MusicBed has premium sound effects from award-winning sound designers, curated playlists that are updated weekly, and thousands of great songs to choose from. It's the best of the best, and once you start using beautiful songs by independent artists, you can never go back.
Switch to MusicBed today and start making content that truly connects. You can sign up for a 14-day free trial using the link in our description.
It's time to process all of these mangoes. There's a lot that are still green, but a lot of them have ripened. So I'm going to cut them all up and freeze a lot so that we have mangoes for a really long time. Yum. Gotta do a taste test of everyone. I'm doing this technique where you cut the little pieces up and then pre-freeze it, and so then they don't stick together. And then I'm gonna put it into jars afterwards. So I'm gonna freeze this for like 5 hours or so, and then I'll come back and I'll do many more rounds of it until I have thousands of jars of mango. When I was a kid and we were always sorting mangoes, my job was always to eat the seeds because there's always some seed left over and it's the best job in the world. But I can't get distracted today, I have too many mangoes. So good though. This is a Valencia Pride mango. They're the really like long, massive ones. Not so long, not like a banana mango. This is a banana mango. It's very long. And then this is a strawberry mango. And then there's R2E2s, which are an Australian variety, and they're not named R2E2 Hawaii, you would think. It's no Star Wars reference. It's actually the row that they were grown in was just the reference R2E2, and that always really confuses me. And then these are little Kent mangoes, which are pretty yummy. I don't ever remember this tree fruiting so well, but I'm excited about that. And then there's Kensingtons, and maybe that's all the varieties, but there's something about a Valencia that's so good. Now that I've preserved all of the ripe ones, I'm going to put all the unripe ones up on the bench where the ripe ones were, but I still don't think we have enough space for all the mangoes. I've got boxes of them down here as well. But I like to have them all spread out so that we can see if any are rotting or starting to ripen. So I like to spread them all out and have vision. I've got about 20 jars of frozen mango in the freezer right now, and I haven't even got through half of these mangoes yet. So if anyone has any ideas on how to preserve mango or any recipes or anything, please let me know because I have so many mangoes. Every day, me and Mum have been tackling the weeds in the new paddock, where we're going to plant more trees and the ducks will explore in the daytimes. It's a hard job, but the goats eat all of the weeds once we pull them out, and the ducks are very cute, waddling happy around their new kingdom.
Because it's so hot in the summer, we can't do much work down here because the sun gets so harsh, so we kind of just spend our mornings down here, normally just an hour most mornings, and we're slowly getting our way across the paddock. We're clearing each weed, so it's quite a challenge, but the ducks are so happy. They're already on the other side of the paddock and they're eating all of these bugs in the soil and they look so happy, so it's all worth it. And soon I want to plant this out with bananas. That's the next step after we get rid of all the weeds, which is still a while off.
Thanks so much for watching, and thank you to our patrons for your support on our journey of planting trees and regenerating the land.